In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. Today I will speak about the conflict between answering the home call. The conflict in each one of us between answering the home call and getting attached to this worldly life. So, uh, we have to understand that ourself, the self of each one of us, is made of two halves, the higher self and the lower self. The higher self is always acting towards, uh, the big picture, understanding the purpose of our existence, trying to always it's leaning for answers to problems, to aiming for more wisdom, more knowledge, and all these things, while the lower self is very attached to everything that we see, everything that we can touch. uh, it's very attached to this life, to this mortal life, and everything materialistic in it, and all these possessions. And so it's like the animal side. So we have to understand that the conflict between the higher self and the lower self has been always going on in each and every human being since the beginning of humanity. And uh, it's that way because we are all born with a soul that is 50% good, 50% bad. And during our lifetime, it's our actions, intentions, our wishes, our dreams, our hopes, the way we spend our time, what is all focused about. Are we adopting the higher selves in us or the lower self in us? Some people try to balance it between the two. However, it's not always granted a success because we don't have control over everything in our life. We all know that. And an accident can happen suddenly, and any something, many sudden changes could happen, and we are forced into circumstances that we have no control of, or even uh, prior knowledge of. So that's why the duty is always for each and every individual is to learn how to control his lower self, and how to give in to his higher self. That is the test. How we can control our lower selves. First of all, we have to admit that each and every one of us has a lower self, because many people think they all good, they are all well, nothing is wrong with them. Life is just life, and you have to go with the flow, and do never bother to think about anything and all these problems. And that's why they are roaming around blindly. Yes, they look happy and they could be happy, but in the end, it's not about happiness. This life is not about happiness, it's about learning. And we have to learn from our everyday problems, everyday mistakes. We have to admit that we all commit mistakes and we have to learn from them. Many people of these new age people, they don't want you even to feel guilt. Yes, but it should be in the good sense. That means I do not feel guilt because I know that I'm not perfect, that I am working on myself. That's how I don't feel guilt. But these people are teaching you how not to feel guilt in order to live like an animal, to remain, roaming like a zombie with no brain, no higher self whatsoever. Yes, this could, bring you some temporary pleasure, but for how long? You can live selfishly, but for how long? You can get whatever you want the way you want, regardless of harming others, but for how long? In each and every individual of us, there is a timer. This timer will stop at one moment or another. And when this timer stops, there is no way back. There is no return to fix things that we didn't fix, to learn things that we didn't learn. So that's why it's very important to use our time wisely. I'm not saying we have to be very serious 24 hours 7, but we have to be, there is time for everything. 1 hour for fun, for example, to laugh, to share jokes, whatever. 1 hour for, I don't know, have a long walk and something like that. But it's very important that we have to use our brains on a daily basis and for long hours. If you are too much having very busy schedule and worldly tasks during the day, try to teach your mind and your brain to concentrate well during your sleep. You can learn things during your sleep the same way you can learn things during your daytime. And that's it could be done by teaching your brain and teaching your imagination to be in touch always with its source, which is God, which is the divine realm. So there are many people who are, as I said previously, how things work between fate and free will. I told you in a previous video, I explained this. Now I will go over it very quickly. That we all lived our lives the way we wanted, and then God played this life again, and now we are living the replay. And the replay, it's affected by fates, by attempts from God to guide us back to the right track if we have been going the wrong way in our own free will. And that comes sometimes in in a form of a harsh lesson, but many people receive harsh lessons and never learn. And so we have to ask everything happening to us why it's happening, not in order to live in a worry or something, but in order to learn, to become every day a better person, to adopt always our higher selves, and to keep our lower self in check, in control. This is the test that we are here to learn. So during the first free will life, many people were already good by intuition, by instinct, if you want to call it, because we are all wired to our maker since our birth. So our consciousness is always connected to the consciousness of God. However, when we are connected positively, we can always be in the light. We will never walk in darkness. But when we are blocking the connection, with the divine realm, we will roam blindly, and that will be from light to darkness. So, as I said, the people who during history, for example, we have received in holy texts that Abraham and his children, Jacob and Isaac, and their descendants were called the people who are always reminded instinctively to home. They always remember home. Wherever they do, for example, when they enjoy something, they say it feels like home. If you listen to pop songs or whatever, listen to Madonna song like a Virgin. Listen to the words. It feels like a prayer. Feels like home, something like that. That's what the feeling is all about. I don't know what she means by her lyrics, but I'm giving an example on how, for example, I am feeling in a very relaxing, very peaceful state of mind. All these pleasures that come with it, enjoying your everyday during your. That's whenever you are enjoying your time, when you are truly happy. This is when you call it feels like home. So these are the people who are connected to their higher selves. They are always leaning towards going back home. That means to where we come from, to the God's realm. While people who are attaching themselves to their lower selves, they are very, strongly attached to this mortal life. And that's why they suffer too much, because any chance they miss, they think it will never come back. They don't learn from their mistakes. They keep repeating the same thing again and again and again. They live to some extent in a very stubborn way, very short-sighted, no vision ahead, just like any other animal on the animal kingdom. So, and as I said, there are many people who try to balance between their lives, between the two, the higher self and the lower self. They try to be in the middle. But as I said, this is not an attempt that could be granted, that you will be always in a good place. As I said, accidents happen suddenly. Changes in circumstances could affect us all of a sudden, and all these things could push us either way. We could get attached ourselves in order to free ourselves. We could go to our higher selves, and some people go the other way around to their lower selves. So that's why we have always to aim to be in peace with our higher selves, give it all the control, all the command. That where we could be in a safe place always. While if we play it in the middle, it's not safe. And if you give yourself totally to your lower self, you lost. Because the eternal souls we have been given, it will not be given to us for eternity to live in the God's realm if we are not responsible, if we are not wise, if we are not knowledgeable, if we are not peaceful, if we are not creative, if we are not responsible. So when you go to just give in your totally to your lower self, you will be destructive, you will be fiery, you will be uh, ignorant, you will be unwise, you will be just like a teenager who's running around like. And I remind you, teenagers are not innocent at all. Teenagers is the worst period in every body's life, teenager years. So be wise, learn, as I said, from everyday life, everyday lesson in your life. You have, I mean, we went into an organized system or lifestyle that, as I said in previous videos, that we are born, then we are born for, I don't know, parents who follow a specific religion, and then we go to primary school, we go to secondary school, we go to university, and then we are graduated, mostly in a field just to get a job. Once we get the job, get married, we have kids, and we work for somebody else, of course, most of time, for, I don't know, a couple of decades, and then we die. What we have learned, no wisdom. What we have learned, knowledge, very limited type of knowledge. Have we been working for our eternal existence? No. We have been living just like any other animal. All other animals have children, go bring food to their kids, and all these things. So they are teaching you very bad teaching, whether it's in religious places, whether it's in academies, whether atheists who are ruling the science now do not believe that we have other existence other than this life. And the people who are in the religious place, they are stupid. They are teaching you that family is all about everything, and this is wrong, because people who attach to themselves to a family or to this lifestyle, they are living, as I said, like any other animal in the kingdom. They are not any better. Yes, you could do additionally some good deeds like giving the poor or the needy and something like that, but this is also something any animal could do. You are seeing now videos of a cat, for example, feeding uh, the kids of another dead cat, for example, or a dog having some little cats with his own puppies, or with her own puppies, or we have seen many videos like that. So it's not, you are not making a big deal. We have been given some very powerful uh, organs like our minds, our brains. We have to use them. We haven't been using them for ages because we are so much attached to this materialistic lifestyle. We are not seeing beyond anything because we are told that everything will be fine. This is just a game. Jesus died for our sins. Muhammad will save us in the end. All this blah blah blah, they are all lies, and you are believing in them and you are defending them because you don't want to be responsible. And once you do that, I mean, even if you repeat a lie for, I don't know, 6,000 years, it won't become true. Lie will never become a truth. Even if the entire world population believe in it, it won't become truth. So we have to understand that we are given brains. These brains are the main tool for our higher selves. These brains are like a scanner. Whenever we come across a situation, we have to analyze it. We have to take lessons. We have to learn. If we read a text, any text that comes across us, we read it, we scan it. Is this logical? No, I throw it away. If whatever we come across, wherever we hear even somebody's talking or a lecture or whatever, we have always, our brains have to be on all the time. And always we have to keep our higher self in control over our souls. That's how we can return home safely, because as I said, this life has been given to us in order to decide in our own free will to be or not to be for eternity, if to be, where to be, and with whom to be. This is what's all about. So this conflict between getting attached to this mortal life and returning home should be not a problem at all for people who are wise, who are knowledgeable, because who are learning every day, because they know they they are free to go home whenever they want. They will be welcome home, and because even if they like this mortal life to some degree, they know how to make it become like home, like a good home. So that's why the wise people, the people of wisdom and knowledge and good science, and the true believers, and all these people have been always giving us something that is useful, whether it's an understanding where we came from, and whether it's in making this world a better place. But the people who are just living selfishly in a greedy way, an irresponsible way, and they want everything and give nothing back, they are totally in the wrong place, and they have to wake up before it's too late. That's why I'm giving these reminders on a daily basis, and I hope people would listen and take things seriously. That's it from me today. Bye for now.